Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Hunter of Justice with Itarashi and trestwho.
Good morning.
I almost overslept, but I am here. I can be literally like a superhero. I am here.
Any cool dreams?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think of that. Oh, that day was stupid, so probably. So, let's continue. Our heroes have given a free hand to look over everything, every window, every transaction, everything. So, can they clear the name of a once besmirched company? I mean, they are doing it right. But I wouldn't leave anything black out in open either if they were doing it. So we don't need some happy news. Need some, yeah, just normal news. Oh yeah, I tried to highlight the paragraph. It is not that side. Once again. He was here. He found her. He finally found her. Don't know who they are talking about at the moment.
We're talking about he.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah,
anyone.
it's he that found the she, so yeah,
Yeah,
let's move
yeah.
on.
It can take it over a month to do so. Those countless struggles, then end, and then man. But he finally found her. How ironic that he would find his wife in this very place where it all began. Where he became a monster, an immortal vision of his own design. I still don't know who they are talking about.
They're talking about the he, but it may have something to do with Goth Corp, because that was the subject of the last section you're reading.
Yeah? Of course, on the part of him fat, it wasn't ironic at all, merely an inevitability. Perhaps it was fate that brought him and his wife back to this place? And the thought entered his mind, entertained with possibilities. Has fate decreed that his wife be taken from him? Has fate decided to turn him into a cold, heartless monster, unable to feel even the sun warmth across his skin? If so, then he despises fate, for it has taken everything from him. Which is why he was doing this. Only he could save his beloved wife from what ailed her. Nevertheless, we get it wrong. I wouldn't give it up by now. Not him. Not now. Not ever. This monster echoed in his mind. As he ripped his suit, I connected to a few tags to his weapon.
Okay, I know who this is. Read the next sentence. Icy breath froze against.
Pulling at the glass window of his Sabbath, is it Mr. Fate?
Yeah, he has a big thing about his wife too, who's in a frozen status in order to make sure she doesn't decay any further. He's trying to seek a way to cure her so that he can unfreeze her and more safely.
Yeah, about that villain, I don't know too much. I just know that he was fighting Batman. That's all I know about him.
He was really gimmicky in the original 1960s live action, but the character gained significantly more depth in the animation series. It is chilling to know that he was doing all those villainous acts for the sake of love.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Was it intentional that it was killing? But this page shows him the entire workings of a good cop. The temperature inside his suit was well below the 0 degrees Celsius, which only served to remind him what he had become. But at the same time, it didn't concern him. If he had to be a monster to save the one he loved most, he was okay with that. He was here for that. I don't know who his wife is, but it sounds like it's one of the heroes who are here.
I think by marriage, her last name is Freeze as well. And as for him, I think his first name is Victor. Uh, yeah, he was trying to do something that would save her. There was a experiment that got interrupted because of a company who stopped pouring funding to that and pulled the plug during a dangerous moment.
I mean, the good cop was actually being stopped for all the things because the CEO found evil.
Some kind of chemical spilled onto him, which greatly lowered his body temperature, and now it has to stay that low in order to survive. That's why the freeze suit.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would decompose, probably.
Uh, Something like overheat, I guess. When he speaks, he sounds like a kind of a cold robot. And there is an intercom on his helmet.
I mean, he definitely not hot.
If you don't know, go ahead and take a picture. Look at the picture of Mr. Freeze in the animated series,
I mean, I know how
which
he
I'm
looks
pretty,
like. I
which
just
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure this story is based off of. They are thinking of the writers thinking of that character too. Now it's made pretty clear by everything else that was written up here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I have seen.
Chill out.
Loud.
As hokey as that movie it was, he probably had a lot of fun filming it.
I feel like that we don't have time for happiness. There you go.
It's cutting back to the heroes now, and they're doing an investigation.
Yeah. Oh boy! Just covered in trouble. All I noticed actually makes to several files of financial data. After hours of searching, what she found wasn't painting a pretty picture. It was one of dire financial terrors, exorbitant R and D cost, and on fruitful and unsuccessful client, and all the signs of a dying company struggling to save itself. I mean, you know that is true.
That's why they pulled the plug on Victor Freeze's project when it was at a sensitive moment.
I mean, they didn't have the money to begin with.
Hmm.
All of this wasn't new by any means. After was recently a publicly traded company, and this information was freely available to investors. Yes, suddenly, the power was and reluctantly admitted, it's to get everything I have, just keep going afloat, not to mention avoiding layoffs. I mean, once again, it would have been better to let the company go and make a new one altogether. And get everyone who was working there working under you again. Although and the way the company is going, I still may have no choice in the matter. I mean, either way, you would have to pull the plug on Mr. Freeden's thing, and everything they have been working on in that sense. That is true.
As for the Red Robin, he's going bobbing along.
So, what is he doing?
It's the Red Robin goes bobbing along.
Huh? Randomly proud as he poured over his emails. This time, in sympathy. It admitted that unlike good co-founder for his boys, Daniel Powers was genuinely concerned about the people who worked under him and wanted to do a good job. Maybe he had been too quick to assume the worst about the man, but at the same time, years upon years of experience was screaming at him, and the CEO of Woodcraft was not to be trusted, as much as he wanted to believe otherwise. I mean, yeah, I can see why he is not trusting. You are being too open. But at the moment,
Well, if that kind of information was open to investors anyway, might as well not hide it.
yeah.
Or he seems too suspicious.
And then, we might analyze the files that got from the internal networks using one of Oracle's algorithm thumb drives. It scans software for any files of note, anything received, and scans documents for further analysis. They are using AI.
That would not surprise me.
I mean, that is actually the right way of using AI, just highlighting things and you can actually come further and easier.
I trust Oracle to be ahead of her time when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah? And no expecting. What she was finding was proof that Gotham was totally innocent in this matter. Everything the company was doing regarding the aerosolizing chamber, once again this hard word, especially for me to say, was perfectly legal and by the book. Those transactions made regarding them were beyond that from other companies, pending government approval of the patent. The chamber itself was meant to increase the efficiency of the fuel consumption. It ended with no obvious signs of intensive weaponization. I mean, that's what they do with everything. But anything that can be used with normal size, it can be weaponized.
What after the next sentence is lightning? Look at this. I found some shocking information.
They might have. Lightning, look at this. I said as he pulled up a window 5, about a week before Skyro's attack. Without saying a word, they pulled a chair closer and leaned closer to the screen, allowing Grant to play the window. At first, it played at normal speed, showing a sergeant inside Grove's lab going about their normal day-to-day routine. And then sped it up considerably, fast forwarding to the middle of the night when no one was inside, save for a lower security guard making his rounds. That changed suddenly, and the light shut off for barely 30 seconds, though the light coming from the guard's flashlight. No as soon as it disappeared, however, the lights came back on, much to the surprise of the guard. This applies into alarm, however. I still think the outside chamber for the time are now missing. So you don't have thermal cams? Oracle, please check out this video and enhance. We can do the enhance meme again.
Another option would be like lights to turn on in the room, like emergency lights, perhaps some onto the camera.
I didn't see anything. Well, listen, I handled it. You're not surprised he didn't see anything. Given with Oracle's algorithm, it took him a few tries to see anything of note, too. And he was the window, too. To right before the blackout, then pointed at the corner of the screen. Right there, he can see her. Nurse went his hand and leaned closer. It was hard to make it out. But soon, her eyes began to pick up a faint outline of a dark-clad figure standing behind a window. Tears had her been exposed over, who immediately dropped what they were doing, and came to investigate. Curious, the farmers joined as well, and had moved the fire to a large flat scale and mounted into the wall before them. Using a laser pointer taken from nearby desk, and highlighting the individual in question, and soon our attention was focused on her. I mean, it would be funny if Blake was here and started trying to catch the laser. Or maybe Catwoman. Catwoman would be more likely to do that, because she embraces her cat side.
I have another comment after the next paragraph.
We have come to this far for a month. How did we not see this?
Powers muttered in disbelief. Well, sir, you need a better comb.
I mean, this was already have with the algorithm. So it was already like a number window made some adjustments to colors and everything, so you can still barely see her. Whoever her is.
Maybe they should have used a brush instead.
Yeah, maybe they should have seen used their eyes. I don't know about that, but to me, that is crossing her arms, it looks like a ninja. No, there's even a sword on her back. No, that does not lower the list of possible people at all.
Well, now you're excluding non-ninjas, at least. There's plenty of those in the world, too.
Yeah. Using her as well, even a fainted outline of a sword's head was visible on the apparent ninja's back. As was, took her all of her mind. The most had helmet and spoiler, that's it. Of course, having guard by spoiler took her hand. And see, I'm surprised. He was one of the suspects. But didn't we say that the ninja was a female?
What? Yeah. Well. Yeah. Maybe they're talking about someone who hired the ninja.
Probably, yes. But anyone can hire them then.
And I guess they may be talking about Ra's al Ghul.
Who?
Ra's al Ghul. It was a leader of Assassin's Guild.
Ah. I thought it was Chandler.
And there's a couple of characters in the Bat team that was heavily influenced by that. There was some lady that didn't talk. Bruce's son, and the Red Hood was awoken by the Lazarus Pit too.
Oh, that's why they were like, ah. I'm not surprised. He continued, and then Powers looked at Spoiler in silent confusion. Who? He asked, as I looked at him. We will need further evidence, but right now, the signs are pointing toward the League of Shadows, being the ones who stole the aerosolizing chambers from your company. Powers, got him read. Slowly Powers' eyes widened, first in realization, then in horror. My God! He muttered, and then frowned. Indeed, in fact, you turned over this window to the authorities before this. We could have caught
Raz,
yeah. Raz, they are much sooner. So I have to ask, why did you wait? Yes, actually, but I didn't. Crossing her arms. I didn't see a single support from Gottschalk regarding the break-in, nor insurance claim. Well, about that, we didn't have money to put insurance on our product. The outstanding chambers must have cost a lot of money. They did, Powers admitted with a frown, but that towards himself. You have to understand my position. My understanding is that you withheld evidence regarding the investigation. That have been hidden. It could have this earlier than the middle. Powers flashed like a snarl. I know! Shouted. But before the hero could do anything else, the CEO Powers imposed himself and made it in and down deeply. As he calmed down, he yelled them again. I know it's loose, man, but you have to understand. It's how precaution your home is at the moment. Even though it's been early years since the scandal broke, Gottschalk has never recovered. Do you think about your Gottschalk experimental products being corrupt, only for the technology to later be used in a terrorist attack, would have destroyed us? Why? Because you're withholding information for the police, and your technology is still being used in a terrorist attack. Wouldn't destroy you. So you covered this up? Or like you with a small frown. A month of silence passed. The frown was correctly didn't. Yes, I covered up a crime committed against us. Out of fear we would receive the backlash. Fear that I'm afraid will find founded. The hero looked at forward. The two sides tagged the other down. On the one hand, they used to see Power's situation. Everything he said was true regarding the Trump's situation. Who had insufficient motivation to do what he did. They still broke the law.
you're wondering what law he broke?
Yeah?
He didn't show that video to the cops.
I mean, he didn't even say about anything at all about the thieving to begin with. It was not important.
nor the fact that they had made that aerosoling machine.
If something has been done against you and you don't report it, are you really making the law?
It looks like
Or
in this story, yes, you're supposed to submit all evidence, or especially not hide it, because that hinders the investigation. Criminals might go free, or if you don't get the whole story.
let me see.
You can understand the cops' point of view too, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you are not breaking the law by failing to report a break into your home. And there is no universal legal notice for a victim to report a crime committed against them. There you go. However, failing to report may cause issues with insurance claims, which they didn't have. For future safety. So, what they are saying is untrue. They have not broken the law by not saying anything. But it has caused trauma for them. Cause of crime and preventive power invitation to be conducted. They found that lying the complexity inherent in this situation. It doesn't matter, but the lines between good and evil were much starker. Anyway, he messed up. He basically did a gamble, and he lost gamble. You are going to report me to the police, are you? Aren't you? How about father? Yes. I mean, they have to. It's their job. Of the moment, the hero does. Yes, we are. Regardless of the fact that you are the victim of a crime, you are still engaged in cover up. I mean, did they cover it up by not saying anything? They didn't cover it up. They have the windows out in the open. They let you see it. I'm pretty sure that they would have shown it to the police as well, if they came. And they did. The CEO sighed and turned down, rubbing his forehead together. Very sympathy, and he continued. I am sorry, sir.
Here's something else to consider to the situation. Daniel Powers looks like he's being pretty honest right now. And, you know, a decent guy. If you get him behind bars, the next person to take over might be an asshole again.
Yeah. I don't think he will put it into prison for that. They will see that there is someone else who is breaking in. They are selling the item. They are pretty professional. And they only have one guard. Because they don't have money. In a way, if they had multiple guards, they wouldn't be able to stop the ninja from breaking in.
Yeah, probably some common guard is not going to stop a really well-trained ninja from the League of Assassins. League of Shadows.
Go back to further before. You know. Not me. It's my own damn fault. And this is the little mistake I have made. How was it reply? His forehand, yeah. His head facing the floor. I mean, probably if his head is facing the floor, then his forehead is facing the floor as well. Taking one final look at the man, they turned to leave. When they made it to the elevator, however, I was called out to them one last time. Just promise me that you will stop him, he begged. And for the first time since he met the man, Donovan smiled at him. We will, Mr. Powers. I promise you that. And then declared. Thomas made a small note and went back to soaking. I said a door pressed the cabin button to the elevator. Do you have copies of everything? For that, then nodded by pulling out the flash drive. Yes, said Anderson. Uploading to Oracle now. I mean, I wouldn't have left until we have the copies already uploaded. Do it. Said the McDonald, shivering lightly.
I think you said lightly instead of slightly.
Might have been because of the comment of my speech. But I never said,
Yeah.
do it!
Do it.
Nice. And the actually suddenly turned on. It seemed much colder now. But meanwhile, tried to upload the evidence about the Oracle. What was going on? He was finding himself unable to do so. What did I say? He said again, all the Tracy was the same result. I'm not getting a signal, and declared, pulling the rest of the heroes and powers through their attention towards him. Wait, something is not right. Didn't they already put the window to Oracle's AI program and made it more visible for the ninja to be able to see?
Well, they put some flash drive in the computer, I think, and it did the work. But until now, maybe it wasn't communicating with Oracle, or at least the attempt was not made to communicate to Oracle until now.
What? Laura asked, leaving up her own comms. To her arm, she had nothing. I'm not thinking that either. Same. But I joined the course. If I watched it, that's just by my look. He was now standing up, telephone in hand and pressing as many buttons as he could. But the look on his face told him everything he needed to know. What's going on? How was that? Going more alarmed by the second. The other way she was again, this time seeing the faint outline of his breast before his face. In fact, you see everyone's breast now. Suddenly it all seemed to fall in place, and her made shot towards the nearest computer. Is this internet enabled? Wanted to know.
No. He said intranet.
Yeah, that's what I said as well.
You didn't say internet?
No?
Okay.
It is intranet enabled. Let me be clear. He wanted to know. Throwing himself back on, and the rest of the group assembled around him. Yes, Howard answered. Randomly suddenly acknowledged him, pulling up control of the security feed, and bringing it to the front screen. I almost said cross screen. I mean, it is gonna be front screen soon. Oh god! I was fed. As it ran open, smaller pink lightning and random notice. Then covering every single exit in and out of the building, a wall of ice several feet thick. Around them were completely frozen security guards. Caught entirely by surprise. Only a few of them, a few were able to begin pulling out their weapons. Where is he? Right behind you. Gentleman muttered to himself as he staggered to the feed of the feed. Who? Ran asked, pulling out sunflower. Somehow I mixed up the two names again. I almost said Nora.
Okay.
Pulling out sunflower by Nora, I found my card. Finally, randomly getting centered on a larger gathering of security officers who were making it a door with desk and would have been trying to call for backup. But the jamming of their comms affecting the guards as well. And there was nothing they could do but watch in horror as the break in the door began to ice over before shattering. Thick icy mist cloud from the threshold and every single security guard of the room in the weapon shaking toward the large menacing figure advancing to it. and eyes glowed from behind the thick glass hammer and the metal exoskeleton. Blue down light of cryogenic fluid from the suit, but with a large tube connecting the back of the large gun. Alright, everyone. Mr. Finn is glad in the cold dead sun, and the monotone echo of his voice from his hammer received 2 consecutive feet. As he fully entered the room, bringing his gun toward the guard, were paralyzed by fear. Kill. The freezing funds are here. Before Mosh could react or even fire the weapon, Mr. Face fired his carrying gun, and kissing the terrified guard in the eyes. A few managed to get some shots off, but the bullets ricocheted off his carrier suit harmlessly. And the next person that Mr. Freed was offended without a second glance. In a few seconds, only a single glass remained. Frozen up to his waist, as he from both hypothermia and fear. Please, have mercy! He begged, but instead Mr. Freeze aimed his gun at him. I'm afraid my condition has left me numb to a plea of mercy. My heart is frozen. He declared that frozen the top half of the man's solid. Through a single shift in his expression, Mr. Freeze continued through the room, and onto the next, pressing the door behind him. Every silence fell over the assembled heroes. Then at once, they all reacted. Stay here, and lock the door. And opened the glass, as he and the heroes sprinted toward the stairman. Howard didn't need to be told twice, as he sprinted towards his office. Knowing it behind him, it was a yet somewhat comforting gesture. Soon, he was left all alone, and the heroes raced toward the enemy, and the icy gleam of terror that tightened around him.
They were so afraid that the Condiment King is returning for them to get his revenge.
Yeah, let me see how. Oh, okay. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, we have something here. I don't see a stopping point anywhere close by.
You were looking for another scene break coming soon?
Yeah, there's no scene break coming soon. That's the problem.
Okay.
And we are getting interaction, so I don't want to stop in between direction.
Well, you see the first 2 top words there? That's not how I thought it was spelled, but Victor Freeze.
Oh, I would have said Victor Fry.
It really is what it seems to say, and then right up there in the sentence, it does say Mr. Freeze.
No, that's how it said. That's his name.
Victor Fries?
Yeah.
In a sausage pan?
Mr. Fry is also known as Mr. Freeze. I mean, Victor Fry was his name while he was on Frozen. And then became Mr. Freeze. There you go.
That really does feel like a Mandela effect.
It probably is.
Mm.
I mean, you can just literally put the 2 together and you get Victor Freeze.
Okay.
So we will have some sort of reception next time.
Yep.
It would be funny if White would be here. It would be a nice matchup. Who is actually using eyes.
Oh yeah.
But she's not here.
Shame.
But that also means that the team here actually knows how to handle facing attacks. Because they have practice against White. They know how the characteristic what is it called? Not to. Yeah, let's try to explain. Try to explain how it works. It's more like this play, right? What he's doing.
Yep.
There's a possibility that he would get at least one of them. I mean, Yang isn't here who actually said how it is.
Mr. Freeze showing up now may actually be unconnected to the League of Shadows, so this building's being robbed again. Or this is revenge. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh. But it would be very that fun. Without any emotion.
Right?
And he would get a golden option for the festival. But yeah, will you fight Mr. Snowman himself later on? And that's gonna be next week. Let me see, okay, so the next reading of the animation TARDIS is gonna be on Wednesday for you, Thursday for me. 34 days. In the usual time. And we are ending this part of Heart of Justice, and we will find some more just later on. Thank you everyone for being here. And see you next time. I'm sorry that it has been shorter than usual, but I just want to go another 40 minutes without stopping.
Understood.
Goodbye and stay well. Bye bye.
Bye bye.